Hello, my little draconic wolfkins. I hope that you're all doing well. If you guys like what you see and hear, please like, subscribe, and turn on that bell to get notified. And if you guys want to send me your own horror stories, my email will be in the description below. Alright, let's get into it. December 21st, 1989. Not just a cold night, but apparently the darkest day of the year. I say this because it was the first topic of discussion during dinner with my mother and sister. Okay. Um, what is this? What? My father was a very stringent person. Things needed to be punctual in every aspect. My mother, on the other hand, was the opposite. Not in a lack of responsibility, but more like enjoy life, love, and live every day as a gift. Be grateful kind of way. These two people, my parents, got divorced the year before. A stressful and heartbreaking and confused time for my mother. The present days that followed included only my sister and my mother. Now, I'm sure you're aware, but after a divorce or breakup, there's pain, darkness, hurt, and anxiety. I mean, yeah, there is all kinds of emotion when you break up and get a divorce. Hell, even someone dying, there's all kinds of emotional, whatever you want to call it. I mean, I've never been broken up with, nor have I been divorced. And hopefully, I don't get divorced. But then again, I don't wish anyone a divorce unless it's the only way out. Like if you're suffering through abuse or anything like that, that's understandable. But if you want a divorce just to get a divorce, I don't know what to tell you. I shouldn't be giving advice. Anyways, this energy filled the walls of our house. I know this because every time I walked in my house from school, playing, etc., I just felt this hole inside of me of pain that I never felt before. But then again, there was always a feeling of solace, which I guess you can say balance each other out, good and bad emotions. The clock hits around 8 p.m. My sister is in her room with her friend Christina. My mom is just cleaning up dinner and getting ready to go to bed. I'm sitting on the couch and just immediately I get a rush of exhaustion. I then decide to head up to bed and decide to fall asleep. Not only did I decide this, but I felt like my bed was calling me because when I entered my bed, a warm sensation came over me as if I needed to be there at that moment. Okay, I mean, I guess. Man, sleep, being inside your bed is nice, honestly. Now, when you fall asleep at age 10 and don't have any real life crisis, stress, or responsibilities, you kind of just let go differently as opposed when you're an adult. Honestly, when you're a kid versus an adult, life is different as a kid, that's for sure. As an adult, life sucks because of bills and responsibilities. I'm not saying kids don't have responsibilities. It's just they don't have nearly as much responsibilities as adults do. That's a fact. Anyways, I felt the need to say this without explaining anything. The next conscious action that my awake mind remembers is the wolf creature. Wolf creature? Oh my god. Now, I'm not sure you have experienced sleep paralysis. Black shadows controlling you, sweating, can't move. Now, I will try to explain this experience as best I can. As soon as I became conscious, this thing was already in control of me. Not only did I have a visual of how this creature was latched to me, but I could 100% accurately was aware of its location from the beginning. Its location was in the dirt circle in the woods. What the fuck? Okay, not creepy and concerning at all. But anyways, let's keep going. Now I'm sure I'll talk about what's in these woods that include an old silos, brick architecture lots, no, agricultural lots, barbed wire fences that protect nothing in the near future, but that was weird. And 3 days before this incident, I was playing this dirt circle as my goal was to make a fort in it. Okay, I mean, like any child, really? Now back to me sleeping in my bed this night. For the first 10 seconds of this awareness, I will tell you that I have never felt so much fear in my entire life. Still to this day, this creature in my mind moved at a pace as if it was getting magnetized to my soul. Oh my god, nuh-uh, nuh-uh. I would do everything in my power to wake up, like, fuck. But I know it's really, really hard from what I've heard trying to wake up from a sleep paralysis. What paralyzed me the most was its legs. Not only that, but it was the way they moved. It was like a spider. My god. Sorry to hear that. And for any arachnophobes. Ugh. In fact, that kind of scares me a little bit, not gonna lie. As I'm having this experience, I noticed I am physically paralyzed. I also realize that I'm aware that I'm awake. I say this because my mother always loved to watch Saturday Night Live. I remember hearing the characters on SNL doing their skit from the echo of my stairs to the family room. Slowly, inch by inch, this creature is getting closer and closer. It's connected to me. Nuh-uh. I would be trying to wake up, getting out of that situation, man. Then again, any person who ever experienced sleep paralysis would, honestly. I'm going to describe this thing as best I can. The power that this thing had convinced me that it was in charge spiritually of a huge amount of energy. My sense of fear to it gave me the feeling that it was the most powerful presence. The feeling of mercy flowing through my blood, like whatever I tried to do to fight it back was worthless. After that, I remember dreaming of looking and walking through my house in a third person view. Now, I can't describe this, but everything, my house, the floor, the walls, it was like stuck back in time where I felt the most dark, evil, and depressing feeling that I have ever felt. Oh God, must be terrifying. Like, holy shit. I remember feeling that my mother, my sister, my entire family abandoned me. It wasn't that they just abandoned me, but I felt the feeling they were dead. What? What? In fact, I felt that the feeling that everyone was dead, gone. My neighbors, my friends, everything was dead. The next thing I remember in my conscious mind was the creature. Although this time I realized the creature made this way back to the door of my house. Oh my God. No, no. My next conscious visual is hearing the sound of my house alarm going off and my mother and sister yelling at me, saying, "James, stop. You're going to hurt yourself. What are you doing?" Apparently, I was on my living room floor. I don't want to talk about it, what they said, but I was physically doing, but I do remember them saying that I was asleep, walking while panicking to lock all the doors, whole hyperventilating and sweating. To this day, I still remember this creature. The way it walked was disgusting. It was like its legs walked closer and closer to my house. I could feel fear getting stronger and stronger. If you've gotten this far, I appreciate it. I have a couple more stories. Stay tuned. Holy shit. That is creepy. Like, oh my God.